other gold mine is roughly in that direction, and there's another adit behind us, and there's definitely a ventilation shaft in this area, so we're essentially riding over the top of some of the underground mines in this area, chasing gold and arsenic or arsenic pyrites, to using arsenic sprays for tomatoes and that sort of veggies and stuff. And someone's been through here, probably that car we saw before, 2983. Lots going on through there, and actually we might be so close. I used to be able to get through here in a little Mazda hatchback. You can see that ground's been worked through there a little bit. And then I found this, which was here, a mobile phone tower and a quarry. What is it up there? But I reckon this was actually part of the open cut gold mine back in the day, and they use it as a quarry also for the roads, and then put the tower in here. There's another tower fairly close. I'm not sure, I think we covered it in one of my other videos. So the road's pretty smooth because nobody uses them, so there might have been a car through here at some point recently, but it just keeps overgrown. If you're on a bike, you get risk of getting yourself hung up in a mine for sure. Maybe there'd be logs over, otherwise it's alright. Again, can't stress enough, if you are going to come out and have a wander and look for some old mines, mining activity, whatever, be careful. Experienced mine hunters, experienced mine hunters go close to coming down some of these shafts out in this area all the time, so if you've got no idea what you're looking for or looking at, be extremely careful. Recently I heard a story that after they rehabilitated the big gold mine, they covered the main shaft with a couple of concrete slabs, and somebody came back afterwards and moved the concrete slabs just enough so they could get down in there. So I never knew about that when I was 17 and riding around or walking around looking for things like this, so just be aware, you could disappear. Go see if we can find some mines. Obviously one of the interesting things that we notice about this forest being so unused and neglected, pretty much all the old signs seem to be in place. So this is part of the reason why it's hard to get access. People buy and lease land close by and then lock gates and piss and moan when people use the public land that they live next to. Block off all accesses. There is a road that goes right through there. It's a gazetted road, but the kind of faces people pull when they see you around. Greatest country in the world. Thought those 4 drivers might have been through here today, but it doesn't look like it. Laid the logs in the bottom of the river so that the bullock drivers could get through with the logs. Okay, maybe I should take that back. Doesn't seem like many of the signs did survive. I think we're on Fairbrothers Road now. So I should be able to see, I believe that there is Fairbrothers Prospect four-wheel drive or whatever mine it was. Whew, it's hot. I'm sweating through. So I've had to stomp all through these bushes, and then when I'd given up one day I noticed this. Don't know if the camera picks it up. The thing I will show is be careful if you're going to come out and look at these types of things, because some of them are just shallow pits and some of them are shafts. And I don't know what this one is exactly. You can see these trees have been growing here for a long time. Looks more like a pit, but it might be a filled in shaft. Stinks kind of funny too. I believe this is the Fairbrothers Road mine. It's really hard to find whether all that there is a mullock heap, whether it's just what they pulled out to get in there. I'm not sure. Sometimes you'll find just a shaft like this on its own, and sometimes there's quite a few little pits all around. And sometimes there's pits with shafts, sometimes there's ventilation shafts, you just never know. So be extremely careful, but I think they were digging for something to make concrete or something around here, mudstone or something, I'm not sure. You can see the ground's been moved a little bit, and I don't think it's by recent logging activity with dozers and that. Maybe they were looking for construction materials for the actual gold mine that's very close to here and was a pretty large operation. Anyway, I'm gonna have a drink of water and we'll get back on the bike, and we'll go and have a look for one which I've never found before, and we'll see if we can find it today. There's an example of some of the little hill climbs you can find out here. I would guess this is Back Paddock Road. Oh, one of the old signs is still here. Boggy Crossing Road. We do want to get to the other end of this, but we'll go for a bit longer along range, and we'll go down Jimmy's Ridge and find it. So this is Jimmy's Ridge Road. I reckon I remember this being logged in the 90s when I used to ride around here on my little XL125. Let's see what this track's like these days. Fairly big cut we're riding through right there, whether it's just for the road or something else. As I was told just last weekend, there is an adit somewhere on this road, but the only way you can find it is if you have the coordinates to punch into a GPS. So this place is fairly rutted out there, so the four-wheel drivers come through here like crazy. I'm not sure whether this is part of the top of Little Picket Creek, sorry, or whether we're more like Dalhousie. Pipes for the fireys to draft out of. It's a nice little creek though. Okay, so it's actually signposted this end. Someone's taken the green sign from this end of it, but they've dodged up the Buckmans road sign there. It was a 0, no, and they've turned it into a U on the fire by the looks of that. Anyhow, down here, I think there's actually I think this road might be blocked by stones. Yeah. Tried to stop cars and stuff going through, but I think people just went around it and did whatever they wanted anyway. Somewhere down here is our target area. car around the other side. I don't know. If you're that dickhead, go for it. I'll have to see your car stuck in the river on a broken bridge, but you know, whatever. Peoples will be peoples, and they're generally all pretty stupid. Hell, I'm riding motorbike. So that's an interesting find. Orange hippie astrums. All pushed along the side of the road. I don't know whether that means they were dumped there and then spread out by the dozers as they came through. That's a sign that probably said don't go across this bridge. Or whether there was at one point a bit of a settlement out here. Interestingly, now this is Picket Creek. This bridge is not great. I'm quite sure there's not a sign on this side. I know there is a sign on this side of it, I'm wrong. Now, I believe the mine we're looking for is in there. Go up here and triangulate. So I thought I'd go for a little explore, and I found this section of tracks. Cars have been through here recently. It's drier than what I would have expected it, but I have no idea where I am. Well, let's not say no idea, but right down in the low sections, basically. Run along the lowest points. Thought I might have ended up back at Jimmy's Ridge, but there's been several little turns and I can't work out what's where. I'm having enough trouble just seeing the road. You can see we're right down next to some little creek. Maybe now we're getting into the wetter sections of it. I'm not sure if it's just some kind of a compartment trail that follows Picket Hill Creek or what it is. Interesting. Can't believe I've gone this long without crossing a more major road in a forest like this one. It's crisscrossed with fairly major roads. Poor old bike is getting hot. Just turn the camera off, you missed all the action, guys. Well, I didn't really see that log as I came through too fast. And ooh, snap the clutch lever right at that weakened point. Let's see if we can find an end to this trail, eh? They just keep crisscrossing and forking everywhere, and I've got no forking idea how to get the hell out of here, but there's a fair bit of water in this. I'll have to assume it's Little Picket. I've got to hit a road at some point. I've been riding for 10 minutes. What's that little accident? And it's just the same thing unless I'm somehow riding myself in circles. Oh, you just never know. Again, no, I'm sure this is Jimmy's Ridge. Well, that's a long little explore. Yeah. down at the target area. I'm gonna have to go back, aren't I? What an idiot. Had a quick look around, didn't even think about it. Sorted that out. Anyhow, I'm back at the bridge here on Buckmans Road. That's the road that I took, probably 15-minute ride, and it weaves around all over the place. There's plenty more in there to explore. If anybody wants to come and check it out with me sometime, just let me know. So I don't know what the exact story is with this thing. Maybe it's just too old and too crap to do it anymore. We've got pretty clear skies above us. At any rate, it seems to be about 100 metres in that direction, which is obviously through Velociraptor country. There's no obvious track in. I assume people just came up the creek, but you know what they say about assuming. Anyway, 100 metres. Let's go for a quick look and see if we can see anything. Definitely got a leechy feel about it. One little ride up off a fairly trustworthy prospector and mine hunter. Said it was in an area that he reckoned looked like it had flooded, and I mean, it's definitely this place. I can see a hump over there. It may be a bush turkey nest or a malakeet, you just never know. I'd say that's a bush turkey's nest. Got that little sucker. The leaves, the whole thing. Horrible. Oh, it's everywhere just here. Nasty, nasty stuff. Well, I've walked past it, over it, whatever according to that, and I can't find it. If anybody knows where it is, let me know down in the comments and I'll try and find a way the hell out of here. Massive elk horns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 huge ones. This one's on a virtually dead tree. I don't know how long they're going to last, the big guys. There's more of them off in the bush. Little stags too. Not sure what this one is exactly, but it's about to flower. Got a yashram looking flower thing to it, but I don't know. Are they huge? Oh, they are. Huge spider lilies. Apparently a native medicine, I was once told. And I'm quite well lost at this point in time. I don't think they're going to help me. There's another section with a ton of those elks. Well, made it out, absolutely covered in sweat. This thing, as you can see, walked around all over the target and I couldn't find it. As is often the case, these things are out, like I showed you the last one. Wrong side of the road, etc, etc. To come back for another one, another look, another time. If anybody wants to come and have a look with me, just leave a note in the comments and we can do a bit of an explore together if you like. I'm going to go back and see if I can find this number plate. Just disturbed a big goanna having a drink. and he ran off. And then I thought maybe he was having something to eat, but it's my number plate. Didn't come off in the stack. I wasn't dreaming. Must have been hanging for a bit and ripped himself out of one of those things. Anyway, we're back, we're good to go. Oh, it's all an adventure. I might film a little bit on the way home, and yeah, otherwise I'll see you out there on the track. So, evacuation. Yeah. Should be a big old brush box just down here somewhere. Paddock Basher Mazda 323 out here. When I found it. Maybe that was it. Definitely not a brush box, that's a black butt. That thing is a monster. 400 or 500 years old. That one before, this is the one I was thinking of, and that, I believe that's a flooded gum actually. Not quite as big as the other one. I think it might be a massive flooded gum. So that just proves that they're open. I think they blocked that off to try and stop the protesters. I don't know what they were doing exactly. Apparently there's a small camp of protesters out here. This is interesting. Surveyor's pegs. Don't know what they are surveying, but that's it. Okay, so we're back in the old stomping ground. Nice turp. Range Road. Going for another 2-stroke squirt. This time it's a search and recover. Realise there's a few pieces, a little brake light, whatever, that came off yesterday when I stuck the 500. So we'll try and quickly squirt down here and see if we can find it before I've got to go back to work. Perfect reason to have a day off. Couple of hours off though, isn't it? Well, I did bleed the brakes the other day. However, I've still got a tyre that's bolder than my grandfather. So it doesn't like to hook up in any kind of medium, but had a look, looks like the protesters were up in Oaks today, so whoa. Quite a few tracks. Okay, this is where I found the bulk of it yesterday, so we'll see what we can find. This is where I found the main part. Oh yeah, there it is there. Go for another look too and see if there's any more than just this bit, but stop and have a quick drink. And I feel like there's also another piece that sits in here, so we'll go for a look.